A very sorry picture that's coming in from Gaza. Our international story here that takes center stage is images of nearly 15 aid and emergency workers from the Red Crescent, Palestinian Civil Defense, and the United Nations found buried. They died during the war, and they are found buried in a sandy grave in southern Gaza. Officials there confirming this grim discovery. I'm going to take you through these images.
The bodies of 15 emergency and aid workers from the Red Crescent, Palestinian Civil Defense, and the United Nations have been recovered from a grave in the sand in the south of the Gaza Strip, UN officials said on Monday. The bodies of the Red Crescent medics were brought to this hospital in Khan Yunis. The group came under fire and went missing on March 23rd, after Israel resumed an all-out offensive against Hamas earlier this month.
We've arrived at the site where the ambulances were hit. These ambulances have been buried in the sand.
In graphic video from the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, or OCHA, aid workers surveyed the wreckage and dug for the remains of their colleagues. The head of OCHA in Gaza, Jonathan Whitall, said the site had been marked with the emergency light from a crushed ambulance.
They were here to save lives. Instead, they ended up in a mass grave. Their vehicles, their ambulances, UN vehicles, civil defense vehicles are crushed and dumped, covered in sand next to us. It's an absolute horror. What has happened here? This should never happen. Healthcare workers should never be a target.
The Israeli military said on Monday that an inquiry had found out that on March 23rd, troops opened fire on a group of vehicles that included ambulances and fire trucks. It said the vehicles approached a position without prior coordination and without headlights or emergency signals, and that several militants belonging to Hamas and Islamic Jihad were killed. It did not comment directly on the death of the Red Crescent workers or specifically respond to questions about why the bodies were retrieved beneath the sand, nor why the vehicles were found crushed. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, or IFRC, said one of the 9 Red Crescent workers was still unaccounted for. The Palestine Red Crescent said it also recovered the bodies of 6 civil defense members and 1 UN employee from the same area. It said Israeli forces had targeted the workers. Red Cross statements did not apportion blame for the attacks. According to the UN, at least 1,060 healthcare workers have been killed since Israel launched its offensive in Gaza after Hamas fighters stormed southern Israel on October 7, 2023.